Welcome back to the channel guys, and in this video you are going to learn documentary editing. Recently I have uploaded a video on YouTube and I have got a good response. So I have decided to create another part of this documentary editing tutorial, and this is a part 2. And if you completely watch this video, so you don't need to watch any other tutorial. So we are going to make 4 best documentary animation. First one is area highlight animation and second one is map animation. Some popular creators using this type of map animation in their videos and getting millions of likes. So I will show you how you can create this type of animation in your mobile phone. And third one is match cut effect, and the fourth one is ear animation in 3D. So let's start it with Alight Motion. So first we will create area highlight animation. Just go to Alight Motion, add your image, then click on that image, and now you have to add an effect which is called saturation and vibrance. Now you have to add 2 keyframes. First one is here and second one a little further like this. Okay, and just decrease the saturation on second keyframe. So your picture will be black and white. Now you have to do this, add a graph between keyframes. Okay, now zoom in your image like this. Click on vector drawing, and now you have to add a border like this on your selected area. Now go to color and fill option. Click on it and you can select any color. I will select red. Okay, now I will duplicate this layer. Just click on this icon and select duplicate layer. Okay, now you have to select duplicate layer again. Okay, now go to color and fill option. Select this icon. Okay, now go back and select border and shade option. Enable the stroke option and you can select color. I will select red again. You can also adjust the width of your stroke. I have set on 4. Okay, now go back, select shape 1 and go to blending and opacity. Select darken and again I will select darken effect. So it will look like this. Now our border is visible as a red stroke. Now select your stroke layer, shape 1, duplicate 1, click on effect and add a effect, drawing progress, and press it draw gradually. So this effect will be draw your border like this. Now we will create fade in animation. I will trim this layer. Okay, now go to blending opacity, add 2 keyframes like this. Second one is here, and reduce the opacity on first keyframe. Let's check preview. So it will look like this. It's amazing. Okay, now you have to add a text and repeat same process for fade in animation. Okay, so it will look like this. Done. Now you have to add vector drawing again, and I will draw vertical and horizontal line like this. Then just go to color and fill option, select empty. Go to border and shadow, enable stroke, select white color, and okay. Now add effect again, drawing progress and draw gradually. So it will draw your vertical line like this. Okay, now you can duplicate this vertical line and set as a horizontal. So these both layers will work like this. Okay, now you can add text. Okay, so I have added my text, and now you have to select all layers and just make it group by click on this first icon. Now select your group 1 layer and make it duplicate. Okay, now select original layer, go to opacity feature and keep on to 30%. Now select your duplicated layer, go to effects, add effect wipe. Now we will do some customization with wipe. Just increase start position and the end position like this. Again add wipe effect, open it, and now you have to change angle to 90 degree. Okay, now click on end and adjust position like this. Now you have to increase feather on both wipe effects like this. Okay, and this one. Now select your group 1 layer, go to opacity and increase it. It will look like this. Okay, now what we have to do, select your group 1 layer again, add 2 keyframes and reduce opacity 30% on second keyframe like this. So your animation will look like this. Okay, perfect. Now we will use null feature. Click on this plus icon, object, select null. Now you have to connect your both group layer to null. Just click on this icon and connect with null 1. Okay, I have done. So right now no movement is here. So we will use keyframes. Okay, add keyframe here. Second one is here. Okay, now zoom in on your image and keep it like this. Just add graph between keyframes like this. Okay, add 1 more keyframe in the end and just zoom in a little bit. So your animation will look like this. So as you can see guys, your area highlight animation is ready and looking great. Now we will create map animation. So I have imported 2 images on Alight Motion. First is table wallpaper and second is PNG of a map. Increase shadow of your map PNG so it will look like real. Now click on this map, add a effect called page curl. Now scroll progress bar to right side. Okay, now add keyframe. First one is here and second one according to you, and just scroll left side on progress on second keyframe and add a graph between keyframes like this. This one easy is, and it will look like this. Again select your map PNG, add effect, saturation and vibrance. Now you have to add 2 keyframes where your page curl is ending. Add keyframe is here and second one is here, and just reduce saturation on second keyframe so it will be black and white like this. Now add graph between keyframes like easy ease. Okay, so it will look like this. Okay, ready. Now you have to zoom in Well, it's a world map image, so I have zoom on India location, so you can adjust a image or PNG like this, and I have add text India like this, and okay, I have done. Now zoom out and you can select your PNG, add 2 keyframes on opacity and just reduce your opacity to 0% on first keyframe. Now just select your text layer, add 2 keyframes on opacity on same position and just reduce it to 0% on first keyframe. So your animation will look like this. It's called fade in animation. So now we will create stroke that line. Just click on vector drawing option and just you have to create a line like this. Click on here and just stretch it to where you wanna send your location. So just click on color and fill, click on empty. Now select border and shadow, enable stroke, select color, I will select red, and you can change the width, so I will keep on 2. Okay, it's done. Now we will add curves. Click on edit points option, this one, and just we have to scroll up to get a dot in the middle like this, and just adjust position of this dot. Now click on this icon to get a curve. Okay, now you can create a curve like this. Play with this stick to get a perfect curve like this. Okay, so our curve stroke is ready. Just select this layer and go to effects. Now you have to add a drawing progress effect. With draw gradually, press it, so it will draw your stroke like this on the map. It's very clean and smooth. Just zoom in and you can add country name like this. I have added text, for example Greenland. So if you want this text come on screen with smoothness, so you can again do the same process. Go to opacity and keyframes and just reduce opacity as I told before. So now I will show you how you can create a signal dot. Just click on this plus icon, add a circle shape, adjust position. Now go to color and fill option, select red color. Well, you can select any color, but I'm selecting red. Just duplicate this layer and select duplicated layer. Go to color and fill option, select empty, go to border and shadow, enable stroke, select the same color red. Okay, now you can reduce the width. Go to move and transform, go to zoom, add 2 keyframes. Okay, and zoom in on second keyframe, so it will look like this. Now add a graph between keyframes, easy ease, this one. Okay, now we will add our opacity keyframes on same position of our zooming keyframes. Now reduce your opacity to 0% on second keyframe. Now simply select this layer and delete extra part. Now you can create multiple layers of this by duplicating it, and then you will see it will create a signal effect. So I have copied this stroke layer and again I have rotated this, so it will create a different location. Add your country or location name, add signal dot layers again by copying it, and now you can see your animation will look like this. Okay, so I will add ink splash video. If you don't know how to create this type of ink splash video, so you can check my previous video documentary editing and link in the description. So add this and set the position according to you. I will keep this video here. Add your text or paragraph. Now click on plus icon, add a rectangle shape, stretch to full screen. Just click on 3 dot and stretch to composition area. Okay, now go to color, select red color. Now go to blending and opacity, select darken, click on multiply. Now you can reduce the opacity up to 60 or 55%. Okay, now drag down like this, so it will go below the video and text. And now select this rectangle shape, go to blending opacity, again create fade in animation by opacity keyframes. Reduce it to 0% on first keyframe, so it will look like this. Okay, now we will add a rectangle to highlight our text. So click on rectangle shape and just increase the size and width according to you, and just adjust like this and set a position on your text like this. Go to blending opacity, select darken and click on darken. You can select any effect which is suitable for your text. So I will select lighten screen. Lighten color. Lighten color is better. Okay, so done. Now select this rectangle shape, go to effects, add effect wipe. Click on end and add 2 keyframes. First is here and second one is here according to you or timing. Now just simply go to first keyframe and scroll to left side, so it will wipe your rectangle like this. Now add a graph between keyframes. You can select graph according to you, but I will select easy ease, this one. So okay, I will adjust the graph like this, so our animation will look like this. It's better. Now we have to make it group. Select all layers and just click on first icon to make it group this all layers, so it will group 1. Go to plus icon, click on object elements and choose null feature. Okay, so first we have to increase the length of our null one. And now we need to connect this group 1 layer to null 1. Just click on this icon and select null 1. So your group layer is connected to null now. So now we will add keyframes. So just here I will add keyframe. First keyframe is here and second one is here. And now just zoom in on second keyframe like this. Just adjust position according to you. Okay, keep it in center. Okay, now add graph between keyframes, easy ease, and adjust like this. Okay, now we will add keyframes again. So first of all, check where your stroke is going left side. So it's starting here. Add a keyframe and zoom in a little bit. Now again add a second keyframe and just move the position to left side where his stroke is going. And also you can zoom on this keyframe, so it will automatically zoom with stroke. And just add a graph between keyframes, easy ease, adjust like this. Okay, now again add a keyframes, repeat the process. So where your second stroke is starting, add a keyframe here, little bit zoom. Now again add second keyframe, I mean 6, and just move to downside. And just you can zoom in, zoom out, you can do according to your animation. So I will zoom out here. Now again add a graph between keyframes, easy ease, adjust like this. Okay, so now we will add a final keyframe, so you can see your ink splash video and text is visible now. So add a keyframe in the last here and just zoom out like this. Okay, adjust position to your screen, add a graph like this. Okay, it's done. Now you have to check where is your last 2 keyframes on null layer. Select your group layer on first keyframe, add effect will be flip layer. So after adding this flip layer effect, you have to add 2 keyframes again on your same null positions keyframe. So second keyframe on null is 1130, so I will add on same position and just rotate your angle like this. Play with axis and you can adjust position according to you. So I will keep my group layer like this. After that, go to null layer on last keyframe. You can adjust the size of this group layer according to your screen. You can zoom in, zoom out and move the position. Okay, just adjust the size according to your screen. So your animation will look like this. So as you can see, your map animation is so smooth and clean. So now we will create match cut effect. You can see this type of effect in Rurati videos. So first of all, add a rectangle shape in your screen. I have selected white background and yellow rectangle. It's the best combination for this type of effect. Just adjust the width and length according to your main highlighted word. Now you have to download some images or articles where your main word must be present. So I have downloaded some images. Add your first article or image, but keep your rectangle on top. So drag down this image and just zoom in and keep your text under this rectangle shape. Now add your second image, but firstly hide this first image so your rectangle and background will be clean. Now add second image, drag down and zoom in and just keep your text under this rectangle shape. Repeat this process and hide your previous images to clean this background and rectangle. Okay, so all images are added and well positioned. So you have to just trim your layers like this. And starting point, you have to cut every image like this. After that, we will select rectangle 1 shape, which is your yellow color. Just go to effect, add fractal warp. Well, this effect is not important or compulsory, but I am adding and playing with settings, magnitude, detail, and you can play with settings. So it will look like this, a cool mark of your text. So, okay. After this, import your video and now open CapCut application. Now you have to go to effects and select video effect. And now you have to search Chrome Blur. Chrome Blur is a good effect to highlight your text area. So select the Chrome Blur effect. Okay. After adding this effect, you have to click on adjust and just reduce the blur up to 15%. Now you don't have to do anything, just export your video and your match cut effect is ready and it's look perfect. So now we will create ears animation in 3D style. So just import your background image and a PNG of a man and now zoom in your image by Z-axis position. So okay, adjust like this and it's done. It's very simple to create, but I will show you how you can do it perfectly. Just select this background image and you can zoom in like this. Okay, it's good. Now go to plus icon and just go to object elements and add null feature. After adding null, you have to add these both images to null one. I mean connected. Just connect these both layers to null one like this. Select second image, click on this icon and connect with null one. Now your both images connected with null one. Now we will add keyframes on null. So add a keyframe in starting point and just add a second keyframe here. Okay, now zoom out on second keyframe like this. Just zoom out a little bit to create a slow-mo effect on this first image. Now add third keyframes a little further. Okay, now zoom out like this to create a 3D effect. You can adjust position by y-axis or x-axis like this. Now we will add a last keyframe on null layer. Add a keyframe in the last and just zoom out a little bit to create a slow-mo effect. Okay, so now we will add a graph between keyframes. So first we will add on this one. Just go to click on easy ease, adjust like this. Okay, so it's done. Okay, so our background image is not fixed. Just click on this image, add a effect, and effect will be tiles. So you have to click on the mirror icon. Just enable this mirror option and your image will be filled like this. Now you can see your animation is ready. Now simply export this video and add again with a new project. So now we will create a timeline bar of years and numbers. So first of all, add a rectangle and adjust the length and width by y and x axis. So you can adjust like this. Keep this rectangle at the bottom and just adjust like this. Okay, just filled with the screen, and go to color and fill option, select black color. Now select effect and add a effect which is Gaussian blur. Now increase the Gaussian blur a bit like this. Now select your rectangle layer and click on blending opacity, and just you can keep the opacity up to 80%. Okay, now zoom out your frame like this. Okay, now we will add a rectangle shape again. Add a rectangle and just adjust your axis like this. We need a long horizontal line to create a timeline. So okay, adjust like this. So you can create also with vector drawing, but it's better to create with rectangle, and adjust like this. Okay, now we will create again a rectangle shape, and just we need to create a small stick with it. Just create a shape and click on edit shape and reduce the x-axis like this. So now we have a small vertical stick. So you can adjust the position like this. Keep this on horizontal line like this. So we need a lot of vertical lines, so you can duplicate this layer. So I'm duplicating it and just adjust the position like this. Create multiple vertical sticks, and you have to maintain the distance, maintain the proper distance, and just adjust your sticks like this. Now add your text on the top of vertical lines like this. I am adding text, so you can add years like this. So now I will show you whole timeline and text. So you can go to this icon and just select all layers. Now I will unselect two layers, which is background and PNG, and just you can move all layers at a time. So you can see our timeline is perfect. So you can adjust the position again. Now make a group of all selected layers. Just click on this first icon and create a group. So okay, we have a group 1. So now we will scroll this timeline by using null. Just click on plus icon, object and elements, and add null feature. After adding null, you have to connect your group 1 layer to null 1. Just click on this group 1 layer, add this icon, and just click on null 1. So your group layer is connected with null now. So before adding keyframes in null option, select your group 1 layer, add 2 keyframes and blending out opacity to create a fade-in animation. Just go to first keyframe, reduce opacity to 0. You have to also select this rectangle, which is a black layer. So click on it, and you have to add keyframes on same position, and you have to just reduce opacity to 0% on first keyframe. Now it will appear on the screen like this. It's so smooth and clean. Okay, now we will add keyframes in null. Just select null and add a keyframe here, and second keyframe a little further, and just scroll left to timeline and just stop where you want to stop. So I will keep on here 2024. Okay, it's done. Add a graph between keyframes, easy ease, adjust like this. Now your timeline will scroll like this. So now I will create a rectangle shape to highlight my 2024 year. Just click on this plus icon, add a rectangle shape where your timeline is stopped, and just click on edit shape and play with y and x axis to create a perfect shape to cover your text. Now just keep this rectangle on your text like this. You can also change the color. I will select the red color. Okay, so go to blending out opacity, select darken, multiply or something else. You can select any effect. So reduce opacity. Okay, so now it's perfect. Now add a effect in this rectangle, wipe, and just add a end keyframes in starting and second keyframe, and just scroll right on end keyframe in first position, and add a graph between keyframes like this. So it will appear like this. Okay, now we will fade this timeline to left and right and focus on the center. So first of all, select your group 1 and null 1 layer and just make it group. Okay, so now we have a group 2 layer, and just we have to create a rectangle shape. Click on plus icon and add a rectangle and adjust the x and y axis and create a shape like this. Now keep this rectangle on the timeline in the bottom like this. Okay, now just go to effects and add a effect in this rectangle, directional blur, and increase the strength like this. Now go to blending and opacity option and select mask. Okay, and select first option. Okay, now go to edit shape and you can adjust the width and size according to this. So I will adjust the x-axis like this. Okay, now select this 2 layer rectangle and group 2 and just make it group. Excellent. Now your ear animation is ready with 3D effect, so you can see it's very cool and realistic. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you really like this video more than me, because I have put a lot of hard work in this video. And if you are a new viewer, so please subscribe my channel to get more tutorials like this. Drop a comment to motivate, and thanks for watching again. Bye.